Welcome guys, this is Ola from Scare Me Old channel. We are continuing Spooktober. Now this time around the scary stories that I will be reacting to will be even more scarier. Because they've been proof read, proof watched. So some of my subscribers and friends, Lucas and Isabella, helped me out. They sent me stories that they watched. So we're gonna avoid the whole part when Scariest thing is, poor gun control in the US. Which happened in the previous parts, but you should still check it out. They're very interesting, I think. Today we're reacting to two stories. Both of them apparently are quite creepy and scary. One is called Behind Closed Doors and the other one is called Creepy Deep Web Story 2. Which means we are starting from the sequel. Which means we'll probably record another one. I have more videos lined up to react to, more scary videos. But today we're gonna watch these two because one of them is 10 minutes long, the other one is 5 minutes long. And apparently Behind Closed Doors is actually more scarier. So we're gonna start from the deep web one, the one that's 10 minutes long. I mean, we know deep web, right? You know dark web. The one place where you can go and buy a box of human hair or worse, much worse actually. Let's not get into that. Before watching these videos, check out two previous videos that I have already posted reacting to scary stories. Let me just remind you, this is part of the Spooktober month, so we are only playing scary games and we are only reacting to scary story videos. If you have any videos that you'd like to recommend, drop a comment. A Creepy Deep Web Story 2.
I was 26 years old and I was unemployed. Feeling unfulfilled by the monotony of a job life, I decided I would try my hand at working from home. So my days and nights comprised me of surfing the internet for any jobs I could get. I was a big procrastinator, so more often than not I'd stray away and waste time doing other things. One day, I came across...
That was supposed to be PewDiePie, right? I think that was him. I recognized that the chair.
Talk about the deep web while on Reddit. I felt amused by the people talking about it as if it was something so scary, and decided I'd look into it. It was stupid of me to go on it in the first place, but I made it even sillier by deciding to check it out late at night. It was about 2 AM and I came across a website where you could chat with someone anonymously.
I thought that I saw a llama. Do you think, because this is the channel's name, Llama Arts, do you think they place a llama in each video? Is this like a cool Easter egg that there is? Also, I don't think you can just enter dark web that easily. It's not like www.darkweb.com or something. Actually, maybe it is. I never actually checked that.
The person I got was a woman. She was in her early 20s and very pretty. She sat with her head in her hands, looking playful into the webcam while batting her eyes.
It's very pretty.
I had no desire to turn my camera on and started our chat, thinking that while I didn't come across anything scary, I could befriend this pretty girl. It sounded like a better deal anyway. She told me to turn the camera on, but I ignored that request and tried to get her to talk. She finally did after some prodding, but I noticed how guarded she was. I also noticed how after every message I sent, her eyes would look off camera, either to her side or somewhere behind her computer. After a while, it started getting annoying, so I asked her if someone else was there with her.
I want to see you first,
she said. Up until now, I'd been chatting while she'd answered my questions verbally. I'm not that curious.
Wait, so they were chatting while looking at each other. They weren't actually using words. I mean, I know that he was hidden, but why was she showing herself and typing? I don't get it. Is this what people do these days?
Don't be scared,
she said, laughing, this time looking behind the laptop again and making a face that seemed to indicate she was laughing at my expense with someone else. This is getting boring. It feels like I'm not just talking to you.
That's because you're not. You're talking to all of us.
Who else is there?
Oh.
Turn your camera on.
Is this a joke?
Turn it on.
Okay.
I can see the llama behind him.
Now.
Turn on the camera.
Her laughter was almost piercing by now. There was nothing humorous about the situation, yet she threw her head back with riotous laughter. I'd had enough and moved the cursor over to turn the chat box off when I saw the cursor had jammed. The only thing that was working was the chat box. and I still had access to the keyboard.
Turn the camera on, sweetie.
Her
What if she's
gumdrop-filled voice was louder than before, and
behind
I moved my
him?
gaze up to see her smiling toothfully at the camera. Her face still beautiful, but the smile completely fake. My computer's crashed. I can't see the screen. Sorry. I lied. I didn't want her to know I had no option but to chat. Her screen flashed before going blank. There was nothing there but a black screen. I felt relieved, thinking that at least I didn't need to talk to her while I tried to figure out what happened to the screen.
Turn it off!
Just then, a chat message popped up.
Open the damn camera, you...
The aggressiveness in the message frightened me. Now, the fact that I couldn't see her face while she typed this made me feel nervous.
That's
I didn't
worse,
dare
yeah.
reply back, but then the cursor moved. I watched shell-shocked as the cursor twirled around the screen.
Open the camera now.
I still didn't make a move. There was no way anything good would be waiting for me if I did what she asked.
Ooh.
The screen began flickering, as if a virus was causing the computer to writhe in agony.
Do you want me to find you?
My heart raced. Could it be possible she knew where I was? I started typing. Please stop bothering me.
Then turn on the fucking camera.
She's a wuss.
By this point, I thought she was some kind of sadist who got her kicks by scaring unassuming people in chat rooms. So I obliged and turned the webcam on. I saw my frightened face staring into the screen.
He caved
Judging by my
in.
face, my attempts at looking tough were painfully unsuccessful. I asked around for the girl looking straight into the camera, telling her I did what she wanted and to stop hacking into my computer. There were several seconds of silence.
Turn the
I
lights
kept my
on.
stare directed to the little box that showed her camera feed, but it was pitch black. I motioned into the camera in confusion, feeling as
Oh.
if she was messing with me now.
He does
Then
have a
I saw another message.
light.
Look here.
After a few seconds of staring at those words, I looked back at her camera, but my computer instantly malfunctioned, and I received another message.
Look here. Don't look up.
The chat was filled with nonsensical gibberish. She typed with such ferocious speed, my screen whirled away with her constant messages.
I don't think that's
couldn't
her
understand
though.
what was going on, but I didn't look up. My patience ran thin, and I wrote back, "What is this supposed to mean?" Her response came. I read only the letters in bold and shuddered.
Look
I looked back
up.
into her webcam, and I fell back into my chair, my eyes widening. She was back there, only her face looked completely demented. She had a savage expression, devoid of emotion, but her eyes were almost popping out of their sockets, and she was huffing as if she had extreme amounts of pent-up rage. The way she looked directly into the camera made me feel she despised me with all of her being.
What?
There was no amusement there anymore. Her camera went blank again. Then the chat popped up. My heart stopped again. For a split second, there had been the same blackness, only for the lights to come back on. She wasn't alone anymore. There was a man next to her with a black mask on. He made no movements other than look into the camera like the girl.
I can't
The
see
girl's
her.
neck
Oh,
creaked to her side. It looked like it was causing her pain.
it's Bent Lady from the Hill House. If you haven't watched Haunting of the Hill House, now's the time to catch up. Before Halloween, that show freaked me out so much. It was so damn scary. I had problems. I was so afraid. Before going back to bed in the evening, like when you turn the light off, then you have to walk however far. Well, not far, from the switch to the bed. Oh my god, I couldn't even make it. It's such a scary show. There was a bent neck lady in there. She looked like that.
Then the lights went out again. The chat resumed.
Up.
This time, I screamed in fright and fell off my chair. There
Smiley
was
face.
another man with them now. He was standing next to the girl with the original one on the other side. This man had the same mask on, but his hands were grasping the girl's shoulders. Even with the subpar quality of the webcam, I could see the force with which the man dug his hands into the girl. It looked like he could rip her in two. The girl, however, had a huge grin on her face. Her eyes were mad with glee, or so it looked. Her teeth were perfectly lined up as her mouth spread into that toothy grin, but I could see she was in pain. Even with the smallest sign of her smile fading, the man clenched his hands even tighter than before, which made her smile even wider. All three of them were shaking, as if it was extremely cold where they were. After a couple seconds, I realized they were shuddering, like trying to hold back laughter.
What are you laughing at?
I yelled into the screen. They didn't answer, and continued to tremor with concealed hilarity.
What is so damn funny?
I bellowed. They stopped shaking. Within a
the
couple
same
seconds,
voice?
the screen went black again. When it
Narrator
turned
and
back
him.
on, the man no longer grasped the girl's shoulder. Neither was she smiling. All three pointed into the camera. Upon a closer look, I understood that they weren't pointing at me. They were pointing behind me. I didn't need to look back. I could see myself in the webcam. There was someone peeking from behind me. It was another man in a mask. And according to what I saw in my webcam, he was with me in my room, right behind me. I turned around quickly, but saw nothing where I had seen him in the webcam. I turned back towards the screen and, to my bewilderment, saw a third man in the girl's chat box. It was the same man I had just seen standing in my room.
What?
Now, all three had their hands on the girl and were gripping tight. The girl wasn't laughing anymore. She had a look of utter devastation. A tear was dropping from her eye, but it wasn't just a tear. It was blood trickling down her eye socket. She then mouthed the words, "Help me," and the next second she screamed as if her lungs were being ripped off as the screen went black. I immediately got up and pulled the plug out of my computer and backed out of the room. For a couple seconds, I swear I heard her screams even though the computer was unplugged. The room went quiet, but I was too devastated to stay there and ran out of my house despite it being 3 a.m. I caught a cab and went over to my friends, who had to talk me down for an hour before I could be calmed. I returned back to my house with my friend a day later. Everything was the same, and after thoroughly checking around the house, we concluded that there was no one there, nor was there a sign of anyone ever having broken in. I've never gone back to the deep web. My friend suggested it might have been some prank by computer hackers, but the way that girl shrieked, the terror she had on her face, it convinced me she had been a victim herself. I'd wondered if I had stayed on for longer, if I would have become a victim too. Could those men have found me? Was there really someone in the room with me? There was nothing I could do, because there was nothing concrete to report to the police. What I did do was throw the computer out and buy a new one.
Just saw the murder,
There was
but okay.
no way I could even open it back up after what happened.
That was a good story. Some creepy shit right there. Obviously that didn't happen, like they're not even pretending that it happened, but I can easily imagine stuff like that happening in the dark web. Well, not in the web, but like stuff like that being posted on their website. Like obviously not someone being in the room with you, like hopefully, but they do post murders. They do post hostages when a girl or a man is kidnapped and then they're being held somewhere out there. Sometimes they're being filmed and sometimes they post it. You can find many dangerous things in there, so if you know how to go there, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Yeah, it was a creepy story. I like that. I like the fact that it seemed like the girl was actually trying to help me, like by saying look up. It seemed like it was scary, but she was actually a friend. And now she's dead. Rest in peace. The second story is called Behind Closed Doors. Is this a story about divorce? Oh, please be a dog. Please be a dog. Or a cat. That's a weird way of breathing for a dog. Oh crap!
What's all this racket?
A monster!
A monster.
What?
Over there! In the closet!
Enough! If I hear another sound from you tonight, there'll be trouble.
But the monster!
There's no such thing as monsters.
Oh! Shit! I don't know what is happening, but it's already quite scary. Although the guy had like a British accent. A film by Jonathan Patton, like, it even has like a director. This is like some professional stuff right there. Oh no! The hell? What? Don't close your eyes! What are you doing, boy? Do you want to die?
Come on, Gregory. It's
Oh.
time for bed.
Oh, do I have to?
Yes, it's way past your bedtime.
But there's a monster in there.
That must be your father.
That must be your father.
What's all this mess?
What mess? I've done exactly what you told me to do. Everything is tidy, just the way you like it.
Tidy? You call that tidy? Perhaps I should make myself more clear.
Please, you're just a little drunk. You don't know what
Little
you're...
drunk, am I?
My god. Ooh!
Why are you not in bed? Go to your room. Now!
Jesus. Wow. Nice one. Nice one with these doorknobs. I thought these were eyes.
Gregory,
Oh! Shit!
let me out, Gregory.
Something jump out. Will it jump out? Stop it! Ah! Fuck! Oh no! Oh!
And what about this? This. And this. Yes.
What a strange combination. Like, you have a horror on one hand, and then on the other hand, you have like a family tragedy. Like, that would never occur to me to like to have a boy from a difficult family haunted in his own room, because clearly, like, people won't pay attention to him. His parents won't pay attention to him. That's some scary shit. Like, okay, then let's continue. What? Oh, now he's a witness.
No!
Shh! Don't! You will die too.
You. Come here. Just like your mother. Can't obey a single. Hey! Get back here!
Maybe
Don't walk away from me, boy.
boy will help us. Just a thought, maybe he will help us.
Gregory.
What if we saw ourselves?
You can't hide from me. There you are.
Ah, that was lethal? That killed him?
You're a monster.
But there's no such thing as monsters.
She's...
Gregory?
It's alright, Mother. It's over. He can never hurt us again.
Oh! Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh! Now that's some scary stuff. I like that story. That was really great. It was short, but there was a whole meaning behind it. I really liked that. Like, it's cool that someone came up with that. I really liked it. Were you scared? There were even jump scares. Very enjoyable. Thank you so much. That's really cool. I like that story. Behind closed doors for you guys. As part of the Spooktober month, please remember to drop a like. Let me know if you want me to continue with reacting to scary stories. I will, either way, because I have some more scary stories waiting for me. In fact, they might be more creepy than scary, but they're still waiting for me. I hope you enjoyed this one. That one was really cool. Yeah, do subscribe and make sure to check out my social media links down below. This was Ola from Scare Me All channel. Continuing Spooktober. Bye!